Hi there, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so sorry it's been a few months. Things got a little busy. I haven't forgotten about you all, and I am still looking forward to people making requests for particular passages in their repertoire that they would like some help with. That's always a lot of fun for me. But today I'm going to talk about kind of a combination of a think it then play it and get there early strategy that's really helpful for passages where we have chord shifts. And we can use this in our technical pattern practice and then link that specifically to examples in the repertoire. And I love to design these little mini etudes where we take, the specific challenges of the piece and work on kind of extracting those patterns and using chords or arpeggios or scales or whatever the student is working on to kind of refine that technique. And then when they take it to the repertoire, a lot of those problems in the repertoire have already been solved. I've also found this strategy really helps motivate students to practice their technical patterns. So it's a wonderful kind of self-fulfilling prophecy there if we do things like this. So the first step for something like this is if a student is practicing shifting triads and inversions. So I'm going to change the angle of this just a little bit. You can see me at the keyboard and I'm stuck on something, sorry. So at first, students will be practicing blocked triads where they are playing three-note chords and blocked and broken. So we can do that where we play the blocked, and while I'm playing this inversion, I'm actually planning my next inversion. So this is a really good example of think it then play it just constantly. So I'm playing root position, I'm planning my first inversion. I move directly there. So you'll notice I move. While I'm playing this one, I plan the next one, plan the next one, plan the next one. So by the time I'm playing one inversion, I'm planning where I'm going to go for the next one. We can do the same thing with broken, and what I like to do, because sometimes broken is a little easier for students because they can kind of scramble and find things more last minute, but we really want to reinforce this being prepared. So we can practice broken and we shift to the block. So we go like this, shift, 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 and I'm going to come down, shift, shift. And we can test that now by having them play the block. So they, instead of just shifting to it, we go. And now while I'm sitting here, I'm planning the next one. Planning, planning, planning. And then when we go to string it all together, I'm still able to be, I'm planning that next block. Okay? We can also tailor this a little bit more to the demands of the piece. So I have an excerpt up there from Kabalevsky's A Slow Waltz. And so we have leaps from tonic, from the root of the chord to root position. We also have from the third of the chord to second inversion. So we can kind of work our way towards that. We can start with root, the root of the chord to first inversion, from root of the chord to second inversion, from root of the chord to the next root. I can also do from the third of the chord. So here's my kind of resting position. So I'm going to leap to root position, and I'm going to leap to first inversion, and I'm going to leap to second inversion. I can also come back down the same way. And again, we're planning. So while I'm playing this note, I'm thinking about where I'm going next, so that when I put it into this context, I have that same experience. So by the time I play this A, I know where am I going for my next chord. also do the same thing with dominant 7. So we know our chord, so we practice to the next position. In some ways it's a little friendlier because we have four notes we're moving to, so it's a little bit more obvious. This kind of feels like this should be a leap, so we add another note. So, and then to the next inversion, and then to the next inversion, and then to the next inversion. And you'll notice I paused a little longer on one because I had to think about that one a little bit more. So I make sure that once I play it, I'm playing it in tempo, but I can take however long I need to plan it. And these kinds of chord leaps are all over the place. So we have them, I could probably find 5 or 6 examples in every anthology. The other example I had to show is this from the Chopin G minor Polonaise. And it's a similar kind of a problem. This time we're in B flat. There's the one we need, but there's no reason not to keep practicing. And notice I'm early. I play and I play the note and I move. I don't play the note and then move. I play the note and move, so that distance becomes programmed into the attack. Move. Move. So while I'm playing this note, I'm planning my next shift, and as soon as I play it, I shift. I'm thinking at least 1/8 note ahead, so that these, and again, dominant 7s. I can keep going, because why not? You can even close your eyes. So you see how many of these you can find. Didn't like that one. I'm going to do that again. So I look, I measure, I close my eyes. I missed it a little, so I do it again. That one felt better. Eyes are still closed. Next one. Plan. Next one. Next one. I had to hesitate, so I'm going to do that again. I'm actually going to measure it, so I'm looking. Notice I'm looking at the opposite of where I'm playing. Measure it out. Close your eyes again. Yeah. So we can actually refine our ability to find those leaps by looking and preparing early, making the motion part of playing that lowest note. And then once you feel like you have that measured out with your arm, you can go ahead and try it with your eyes closed so that you can read through things that leap and still find your way around. So thank you for watching. There will be another in a couple weeks. I'm going to talk about fugue process, actually, kind of a little bit of a departure from my usual practice strategies, but these questions come up a lot in the online courses that I facilitate. So that will be our next video in a couple weeks. Thanks for coming back, and I hope to see you again soon.